Welcome back inside the ACU TV or studio for this week's Optimist Newscast. My name is Cindy Varner, alongside Carrie Johnston. SOAR began a new program this year to provide bicycles for students living in Smith Adams who do not have access to a car. Using the Katie Kirby Student Care Fund, SOAR and Residence Life have been able to partner and provide students with resources they need if they're not able to afford them. One of these ways is by providing bicycles to students who do not have other means of transportation. Emily Berry, Assistant Director of Residence Life, said the bike program provides students with bikes, tire pumps, locks, and helmets.
For us to be able to go and pick up the bikes and bring them back to Smith Adams so that students without transportation don't have to worry about it, I think has been just a really huge help. And I think it helps students who maybe are living in Smith Adams because it's the most affordable option, feel like they're not having any additional barriers being put in front of them to being successful at ACU.
Smith Adams residents can reach out to SOAR or Residence Life via email to request a bike. Freshmen touted their talents this weekend at the annual Folly Show at the Abilene Civic Center. Allie Jones has more on this story.
Freshman Follies is a long-standing tradition at ACU. Not only does it serve as a warm-up for sing-song, but it also provides a space for freshmen to branch out and form new connections. Freshman Avery Ellis talks about her experience as a member of the Bullock Bop Act.
We practiced in the courtyard almost like every night the week of the performance. But we had a bunch of people in our group, so it was pretty tough, and we had a bunch of different practices with different groups and stuff. It's definitely something I won't forget. It was a good memory.
Like most pre-COVID years, Follies fell on Parent Weekend, a time for families to visit their loved ones and share a bit of their college experience. Garrett Fowler, freshman RA in Bullock Hall, says that he saw many students showing off the new dorm to their parents.
I saw so many kids showing their parents around the building and just showing them this is where I go to class and stuff like that. And as you can tell, they're doing great, probably because their family was here.
Avery also commented on how her friends reacted to seeing their family for the first time since Wildcat Week.
They really enjoyed it because they were away from their parents for so long, so it was really cool to see them and see all their siblings and stuff like that.
But for many freshmen, the highlight of the weekend was still memories that they made with their peers.
Just sitting and watching everyone, because it was so cool seeing all the different acts, and I loved all the new friends I got to meet through Follies, girls that I never talked to before, that we became super close.
This year's Follies champions were Nelson Network, but every act had their moment at center stage. For The Optimist, I'm Allie Jones reporting.
The Wildcats once again had a packed weekend of sports. Here's Carrie Johnston for more.
Thanks, Sydney. ACU football received its second win of the season on Saturday after defeating the UT Permian Basin Falcons 34-9. The Falcons were the first to put up points, but ACU quickly responded with their own field goal tying the game. ACU had an eventful series of plays leading into the half when junior wide receiver Kobe Clark and redshirt freshman quarterback Stone Earl scored a touchdown with 1 minute left. Then, redshirt freshman defensive lineman Jordan Paup followed this with touchdown with an interception that led to a pick six for 22 yards. ACU then proceeded to score a field goal before leaving the field at halftime, giving the Wildcats control over the rest of the game, which was something head coach Adam Dorrell commented on postgame.
From the get-go tonight, I thought we guys were being aggressive. We had guys really stripping at the football. Obviously the one right before half, I just thought was just a huge momentum-changing turnover for us. It changes the momentum of the game, the complexity of the game. I thought it really settled us down, and it's going to give you a really good shot to win each week.
The Wildcats will hit the road this weekend facing off against Southern Conference opponent Lamar. The game in Belmont will start at 6 p.m. and will stream live on ESPN+. Cross country had a successful weekend at the ACU Naimandu Classic. The men's and women's teams each placed first out of the 8 schools competing. Junior Levi Chambers led the men coming in 5th, while sophomore Irene Rano led the women placing first, followed by the 3 other Wildcat runners all placing in the top 4. 5 other men joined Chambers in the top 10 for men, securing their number 1 spot. With the Naimandu Classic being the only home meet of the season, the course was filled with ACU fans, which was something Chambers was grateful for.
It was really cool. It was fun. I told multiple people this after the race, but it's cool to see how far we've come from the beginning of the summer to now. And a lot of us were training alone and training really, really hard. And so to be together with a team and working hard on workouts together and running every single day together, and then to race and win our home meet in front of lots of fans. The last stretch was just like full of fans just cheering for ACU, so it was just a really fun environment.
The Wildcats' next meet will be on the road on October 2nd at the UIW Invitational. As for soccer, they went up against Grambling Tigers for Senior Day and its third straight home game on Sunday. Before going against the Tigers, ACU was 1-4 this season, but with a score in the last 10 minutes of the game, ACU pulled out the win. The resulting score was 2-1 after junior forward Kaylin Wright scored the late game goal. ACU also honored their 10 seniors on the team for Senior Day. The next games in the 6-game homestand will be against Lamar University at 7 p.m. on Friday, then against UT Rio Grande Valley on Sunday at 1 p.m. Both games will air live on ESPN+. That's all for this week's Optimist Newscast. I'm Carrie Johnston.
And I'm Cindy Varner. Thank you for tuning in this week, and we'll see you next time.